Imagine this. You're getting ready for the day your phone rings. It's a number you don't recognize, and just as you're about to answer it, someone in your family gives you that look. The one that says, "Are you sure you should answer that?" We've all heard the warnings. Don't answer unknown numbers. Don't even pick up, because apparently someone can hack your phone just by getting you to answer. Is that actually true? Can someone really hack your phone just because you answered their call? Well, the answer might surprise you. Good day and welcome back to Family Cyber Tips Weekly. If you've ever ignored an unknown number because you thought answering it could instantly hack your phone, you're not alone. It's one of those cybersecurity warnings that gets repeated so often. We stop asking whether it's actually true, and here's the interesting part. There is a small amount of truth behind the fear. For most families, the real danger isn't what happens when you answer. It's what happens after you answer. Let me explain. First, the reassurance. Simply answering an ordinary phone call does not normally give the caller access to your phone. They don't suddenly get your photographs. They don't automatically get your banking apps. And answering doesn't normally install malware on your device. Think about it. If criminals could empty our bank accounts simply by making our phones ring and getting us to say hello, they wouldn't need elaborate scams. They just call everybody. So why do people lose thousands of pounds after answering fraudulent calls, I hear you ask? Because usually the phone isn't what they're trying to hack. When we hear the word hacker, this is often what we imagine. Dark room, hoodie, green code racing across computer screens. But the person trying to steal from your family may sound nothing like that. They may sound professional, friendly, helpful, calm even. They may sound exactly like someone you'd normally trust. Because they don't necessarily need to attack your phone. Sometimes they only need to attack your trust. You've probably had calls like these. "I'm calling from your bank. This is Amazon. We've detected suspicious activity on your account. Your broadband is about to be disconnected." Or perhaps the most frightening, there's been an emergency involving someone in your family. Different stories, different colors, but notice where every one of them begins with a conversation. And this is the sequence I want your family to recognize. First, conversation. The caller gets you talking. Then, trust. They give you just enough information to sound believable. Then comes urgency. You need to do this now. Don't hang up. Your money is at risk. And finally, action. Transfer the money. Install this app. Click this link. Tell me the security code. The call didn't hack the phone. The conversation persuaded the person holding it. Now, there's something important I don't want to gloss over. You may have heard about zero-click attacks or not, but those are real. Very sophisticated vulnerabilities have existed where a specially crafted message or communication could compromise a device with little or sometimes no interaction from the victim. But that's very different from saying someone called me, I answered, and therefore they hacked my phone. Those highly sophisticated attacks are rare, expensive, and typically associated with targeted surveillance against people such as journalists, activists, government officials, and other high-value targets. For an ordinary family, receiving a suspicious phone call, that's usually not the threat you should be concentrating on. Don't let an extraordinary, that word is dodgy, threat distract you from an extremely ordinary scam. Because the everyday attacks look much more like this. All these even. Your bank, you can see HMRC, a delivery company, even somebody claiming to be a member of your family. And don't assume the name appearing on your screen proves who's calling. Caller information can be manipulated. A familiar looking name or number should never replace independent verification. Again, different stories, same objective. Get you emotionally invested, then persuade you to act before you have time to think. And this is why I don't want families becoming frightened of their phones. The lesson isn't never answer another unknown number. There are perfectly legitimate reasons why somebody you don't recognize might call you. The habit we're trying to build is much simpler. Answering isn't the same as trusting. You can answer a call without giving the caller information, without following their instructions, and without believing who they claim to be. So what should your family actually do when one of these calls arrives? I hear you ask. 4 things. Okay, well, 4. And they are simple enough for everybody in the house to remember. Okay? Pause. If somebody is rushing you, slow the conversation down. Verify is the second. Don't rely solely on what appears on your screen or what the caller tells you. Call back. If someone claims to represent your bank, HMRC, or another organization, end the call and contact that organization independently using a number you already trust from their official app, website, card, or statement. And finally, never share security codes, okay? Never share security codes. I'm repeating it. If a caller asks for a one-time pass code, authentication code, or other security credentials, please stop. Those codes are designed to protect you. That's what family cybersecurity should look like. Not fear, not panic, and certainly not assuming every ringing telephone has a hacker sitting behind it. It's about habits. Because when good cyber habits become ordinary family habits, you don't have to become a cybersecurity expert every time something suspicious happens. You already know what to do. So imagine that phone ringing again. Unknown number. This time, nobody panics. Before trusting what the caller says, the family verifies it independently. And if the caller claims to represent an organization, they can end the call. Find the organization's genuine contact details themselves and call back. That's the difference. Not fear, verification. So let's answer the question we started with. Can somebody really hack your phone simply because you answered it? For the overwhelming majority of ordinary calls, no. But don't let that reassurance make you careless, because the person on the other end may not be trying to hack the device in your hand. They may be trying to manipulate the person holding it. And one convincing conversation can still become a very expensive mistake. So remember, pause, verify, call back, and never share your security codes. Know the difference and teach your family the difference too. If this episode changed what you thought about unknown calls, share it please with somebody who still believes that simply answering one can automatically hack their phone. Because replacing fear with the right information might help someone make a much safer decision the next time their phone rings. I've been your host, Lawrence Idem. Until next week, Monday at 6 p.m., God bless and goodbye.
you.